Hey, hey, hey.
How
What's
are you
up?
doing, sir? How are things?
Things are good. Like I said, it's Friday night. Things are good.
It is Friday night. You know, man, I don't think I would survive in mornings without coffee. I just want to say that. So, shout out to everybody out there that drinks coffee. If you're joining us today on this excellent Friday, we have an amazing guest tonight. So, this is going to be great. But help us out, right? Make sure that you go to X and that you will repost, share, and like and comment. Say, hey, what's up, Facie? Shout out to Facie. We love Facie. And shout out to Steve Hoppy. He was first tonight.
He
Um,
was.
let's make sure that we share this stream with as many people as possible. We're going to be talking about Promo Facie. We talk about how much we love Promo Facie all the time and how happy we are with how it works. And also the team. The team is pretty amazing. So we have somebody from the team that will be talking here with us about it. So the
Looks like
plan
we
was,
have
yeah,
two people from the team.
yes, ideally we do. We do have two people from the team. You're right. You're right. But we have the team of Promo Facey.
Right.
So what we're gonna do for you guys today is we're basically going to go over the market real quick, and then we'll go straight into Promo Facey. And then from there, if we have time, I got a couple of articles, but it's Friday, so we'll see. Shout out to
We'll
Jay
see what's
Coco.
going on.
What
Before
a boss.
before we do that, everybody do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, tap that notification bell. If you are on X, tag some DJs, get this reposted. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, bringing you the daily news nightly. Let John's just quick with the transition tonight. I was getting ready to say something and boom, shut up, Desert. All right. We're gonna keep this real quick. We don't want to keep these guys waiting. So let's get the freshest data right now. So we're back up another 2%. We had a little bounce this morning, coming in at 2.72 trillion. Normal volume, especially on a Friday, coming in at 104 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 60.8. ETH dropping to 6.93 and less than one GUI to send to ETH transaction. So Bitcoin with a nice little recovery today, up 5.4%, coming in at 83,363. Ethereum at 1562, up 3.1. XRP back over $2 at 202, up 3.6. BNB at 586, up 1.7. Solana at 121, up 8%. Good pump today. Did DCA today in our weekly DCA portfolio. I did not buy Solana. So just putting that out there. Dogecoin at 1593, up 3.4. Tron at 2435, up 3.8. Cardano holding number 10 strong at 6221, up 2.5. And you know we got to check SWE. And we're back in the top 20. Wow, we jumped ahead of HBAR. So HBAR has been dropping a couple spots, but we're coming in at 218, up 3.6. Biggest gainers on the day, Fart Coin, geesh. Bonk, I did buy Bonk. I did put Bonk. I did add some Bonk to the portfolio, or DCA'd a little bit into Bonk in the portfolio just because we were down so much. We'll go over that real quick. Bonk up 18%, XDC up 13, Hyperliquid up 11, Ondo up 9, Caspa up 8, and pretty decent day as far as green. Biggest losers, Cosmos down 2.9, Story IP down 2.4, Dexy down 1.6, EOS still dumping down 2.8, Toncoin down 2, Leo down 1, and that's really it. So not very many losers today. Let's go over, we're gonna make this real quick. So let's see here. The stock market today. So the Dow closed up 600 points. We got the S. Yep.
Look, I did it quick for you this time.
It's about, yeah. So we got the Dow up 600 points. We got the S&P up 95, NASDAQ up 337, the Russell K up 28, and the VIX has dropped about 7%. We're still in the high 30s on the VIX, though. So we're definitely not, we're definitely not where traders are feeling comfortable. We had that big dip the other day, and then we shot up yesterday, and then we come back down just a little bit today. Last thing before we switch is, so here's the DCA portfolio. So for everybody that's just joining in, we have this portfolio. We DCA $100 a week, $100 a week for 1 year. We started in September. We have probably about 2,900 invested. Obviously, we're down, but that's because the whole market's down. And today, out of that 100, threw 25 in bonk, 25 in whiff, and 50 in algo. Algo, simply because I want to build up the position a little bit. We entered late into algo. And then bonk and whiff, just because there was hardly anything in them. So total, there was only 50 and some change. And then bonk, there was only like 80 and some change. And we're down so much in unrealized, 28 and 54, that I figured we start DCAing into those a little bit. You guys know my opinion, though. Layer ones, utility coins first, and then just a small portion into these meme coins. They will come back. It's just going to take them a long time. So, but I think that is it as far as the update. So we will get out of this.
All right. Let's have a word from our sponsors, which we would love to see Promo Facie out here. So, and all of you beautiful, smiling people that are joining us today, happy Friday. And we're excited to see you guys in Vegas. Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th, 2025, at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. The top blockchain projects like Algorand, Midnight, HBAR, ICP, Thorchain, and Igon, and many more are going to be there. This is definitely a must for blockchain enthusiasts and fans. Use discount code CryptoNightly to save on your tickets and to support the channel. Don't miss it. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast.
All right.
So I brought these guys up here. We're going to get a word from Promo Facie. Yep. Oh, wait.
There we go.
Four.
We actually need another. Let me add another layout real quick.
So that's what we'll do. But first, while we have Gav up here, Gav, how are you doing, sir? Mr. Symbols. Tell us a little bit about yourself and give everybody an introduction. Who are you? And,
I'm Gav, Mr. Symbols. One of the three co-founders at Promo Facie. Got Craig down there as well, waiting to come up. We're the guys that do the talking for Promo Facie. And I'm here tonight to show you how our product works and, demystify it a little bit. Hey, is it Fuzzy?
Fuzzy, yep, Fuzzy, and then we got Crypto Jesus. Shout out to Crypto Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
Big love to all of you out here. Yep. So Gav is great. One of the members of the founders of Promo Facie, and then we also have Sam. So very shortly, actually, I think we figured it out. Look at that, and we got Sam now too. How are you doing, Sam?
Everything's not going to be symmetrical. I just had to do this on the fly real quick. So, but here we are.
Good job, mate.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm joining you from Texas.
Oh,
Texas. Nice.
Yeah.
The big hat state.
There you go.
And the home of the Fried Food Festival. Yeah, so if you ever wanted deep fried butter or deep fried Oreos, that's the place. And it's actually delicious. So highly recommend. And
sounds really good.
Definitely really good. But all right, and so Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, so my background is in business management and education. I got into crypto in 2020 and quickly found Cardano just my philosophy and values aligned with Cardano, so that was kind of a natural fit. Got into NFTs when they first started on Cardano, and have been in the space ever since. uh, you know Lots of projects that I've loved have not done well at all, some of them on hold. And so Gavin and I and Panos, our dev, uh, were tasked with trying to turn around one of those projects. And we learned a lot, maybe initially the hard way, but we quickly found kind of a system or guidance that helped us. And so we want to share that with you tonight. So.
Fantastic. So you guys have been working on the Promo Facie engine, which engine, because it's much more diverse. It's not a specific platform, but it allows for all types of different things. And there have been updates and different stuff. We've been using the Promo Facie bot in our Discord. A lot of members that are watching right now have been interacting with a lot of our posts and sharing our streams and different things and participating as a result to our integration of the Promo Facie engine. But I feel like almost every day or every other day, you guys put out some announcement and there's some new feature, there's something cool, different that we can do now, should we choose to use it. So there's so many different updates that I would definitely love to hear it from you guys, but we'll give you guys the opportunity to tell everybody here about it. And then I know we have kind of like a little show and tell portion as well, that we're excited to see what this looks like and what the experience is like, right? So
We've actually got some.
Yep, hand the mic over to you guys.
We've actually got some beta alpha to show you tonight. So Panos has been cooking. So at the moment, like, you can post text through the promo engine to X, but Panos is figuring out how to get media. So what we're going to have soon is every project that uses the promo engine is going to be able to create a curated collection of images that they want to see appearing on the X timeline. They can add those via the dashboard, and then the community can select images to be posted as well. So I'm going to be showing you how that works tonight. That's going to be a feature that's coming soon. Yeah, we've got ad panels coming. So like, you've got people using the slot, the store, the treasure hunt, which we'll show later on in the show. And we're working on ad panels that could appear under that, so that every project that's got people using all of these rewards could put an advert in their Discord, or put in an advert for a product where you've got a referral code, and then people click on it, get redirected, and make some purchases and get some money. So we're thinking not just about the promotion, not just about the collaboration, but also how projects could make some money out of using the engine. Ideally, we'd like to see everybody make more money than they pay us. That would be a great situation.
That would be a great situation.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, back to what Craig was saying. We came up with the promo engine because we've been in Cardano from the get-go, and the hype, the last bull run, we were all in loads of projects. We all were like super excited for it, where it was going to go, and it turned out everyone was not what they appeared to be, and loads of things that we put money into are just now gone down. And some
question on that, did you guys have any exposure to the Zataku dragons?
No. Did you?
Yeah,
we'll say yeah.
Against outcry from certain people in the community. This is prior to us running the project, but against outcry to certain people in the community, the last people that were running the project bought in, and it was a flop, to say the least.
It didn't print infinite money like it was, originally
right.
promoted or presented as such.
Yeah, I mean, in some respects, like, it was kind of bizarre, like the whole thing last time round. Like, everybody suddenly arrived on the scene with a germ of an idea, no established network, no gatekeepers, no people you could count on to steer you right, and suddenly everyone was like, you get 1 million, you get 10 million, you get 20 million, you know,
Right.
and like people would go from flipping burgers overnight to being a CEO of a what should be a big operation, and they just didn't have the maturity to follow through on the things that they were promising. So, you know, I think everyone who's here now, like you guys, you know, all of the projects that are solidly working away in this kind of market, if you're working away now, you're going through the pain that a business should go through in the embryonic startup phase. And, you know, you already know
Right.
about being lean, about operating on margins, about where you're going to get your bits of revenue from. You're looking at your Rare Evo advert, got to get that in there, got to get paid for that, got to revenue is where it's at. And if you just started this up and you got 10,000 viewers every night, just overnight, and people were chucking $1 million sponsorships at you, it would be hard if everything was unlimited euphoria to start
Right.
thinking, hang on, it's suddenly going to get real grim real quick and we need to put all them acorns away for the winter. You know, it was bad. But one of the big problems, you know, was that there was a lot of tribalism and there wasn't, you know, really good community-based promotion. And I think everyone who's still here now realizes that you need a community and you need to have them involved. And that was, you know, one of the things that, you know, me, Craig, and Panos shared. And so, you know, that was why we started Promo Facie, wasn't it, Craig?
Yeah. So, you know, promotion's got to be fun. And it turned out to be a lot of work, so too much work. And so you quickly started to get sour on the fact that if you were a community manager or a mod and you wanted to do a promotion, sure, great brainstorm, good idea. And once you get into it, you realize how much work that is.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, so when we took over about a year and a half ago, I think, no, almost 2 years ago. So I came on board about almost 2 years ago with JPEG Empire and one of our previous council members, Seji. And then John came on about a year and a half ago, just basically right after me. And not only have we had to work on the promotion thing, but we also had to overcome the stigma of being a CTO, you know, or a community takeover project. So it's, yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle, to say the least.
Yeah. So what we wanted to do is to create the tools where any project could use those and be successful. And, you know, in our own experience, we came up with this, call it a formula maybe, but, you know, it's to promote, to collaborate, and to monetize. And, you know, we had to teach ourselves, in a sense, you know, how to do this, how to do it efficiently, for sure. But what Promo Facie can do for a project, and we consider all of our projects, you know, our clients, partners, you know, their success is definitely ours. But you know, we can help you to think commercially, and we'll provide you the tools to make it simple, to make it easy to carry out.
Right.
So we just want you to develop, you know, a strong sense of community. We're going to do that, you know, by, you know, getting return visits, engagement by your community, and they're having fun. You know, you're having fun promoting it and getting the engagement, and everyone is having fun being engaged. That's the idea. So the promo engine is, in a sense, like 1/3 of our project. So there's the promo engine, the promo platform, and then our coming games and experiences. The promo engine is built, as you've mentioned, every couple of weeks, let's say, we're able to roll out a new feature of the engine. So that keeps it competitive. You know, that keeps everybody engaged and, you know, something new. And of course, these are options. You know, someone just starting to use the promo engine, of course, is just going to begin with the basics. You know, that's the most impactful, the most return, you know, on your time. But once you're comfortable with that, there are other features, and Gavin is going to demonstrate one of those for you tonight. And those can be even more powerful and more fun for you, more fun for the community. especially if you want to do something that's time sensitive. That's key. But basically, the promo engine is what we're doing to leverage, the promotion that you do on X, and then within Discord. So basically, if you want to raid an X post, the promo engine has this set up automatically. So you can have your nominated X post, X handle. Every time that makes a post, automatically it will set up a raid in your Discord and notify your community of that raid. So the community can go to that channel. They have all of the 4 options. So the like, repost, code, etc. So they can raid that post right there from Discord. They don't have to leave. They don't have to go to X and come back. You're not going to lose them. And that makes it super efficient for your community to get a lot of engagement done quickly. And so you can reward them. Every project has a leaderboard that keeps track of that engagement. As soon as the community member makes a post, they instantly get a message of how many points you assigned for that activity.
Yep.
And like our leaderboard resets weekly. So you're building up your engagement because you want to get one of the higher ranked roles at the end of the week. So, as the project, you can assign what the rewards are for those various roles based on the activity. And at the end of the week, the user gets credits for their points that they've been accumulating. The credits can be spent. And so you've got a store where you can put tokens, you can put roles in there, and the community can buy those. You also have the option of a slot that you can put in Discord. And so the community can use their credits on the slot to win prizes, tokens, etc. And so that's kind of the initial onset of the promo engine. The promo platform is what we're building right now. And so that is the link to the games and experiences. And the promo platform will be, kind of a 10x of the promo engine. There's going to be basically for the projects, they'll have their own possibility of games and instances, events that they promote and invite their community to come to a 3D space. There's going to be custom wearables for their avatars. As a user, that's where you join the platform to enter the games and experiences. You're going to have the option of a photorealistic avatar. You select your community wearable, maybe some community additional attire, and maybe weapons or something like that, boost that you've got. And so what that creates is a 3D experience, which is highly clippable. So you can show your community engaging, playing games either within the community or against another partner project that you collab with. And so that's kind of the basic intro of that promo platform.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers, Greg. Cheers for that. I mean, the big thing with the engine, like we're going around everyone on Cardano now and trying to get Cardano people involved. So we've said for the first 100 projects to use us, we will charge $10 per month. And then after 100 projects, it's going to go up to $15 a month. So all of the rewards, one of the big things Craig was touching on earlier, like when you do a promotion, like previously you do a promotion and then you get tons of tickets and you get loads of people saying, I've won. And you're spending all day wading through the tickets just to do a little reward. So we solved that with the slot on the store by making all of that automated so that you don't have to do a damn thing about it. You can just leave the code running and that's it. Everything will be handled for you. And those payouts of tokens we do with the farm bots. So the farm bots can already support Polygon and VeChain, and they're currently working on support for Solana. They've got basic support, but they'll have full support for that soon. So once we've got around Cardano and spoken to everyone in Cardano, we can then go to Polygon, we can go to VeChain, and because the stuff we've built, you can collaborate with it. So we'll be doing a treasure hunt tonight, and treasure hunts are a great way for projects to collaborate, great ways to get people to pay attention to your announcements, to get people tuning into your live spaces, and we'll show you why coming up, So we've built these things. And as the farm bots connect to more chains, as we get more revenue and we can, have transaction builders built for us, then we can connect to more chains. And the more chains we go to with the promo engine, all routes lead back to Cardano. And so when other chains are hot, we can bring some of that attention back to Cardano. And there's also the potential, if you don't use tokens, but you just use credits, even real world businesses can use what we're building. So if you were a restaurant and you wanted to draw attention, to your product, you could go and spend thousands on building your own reward app that no one will want to download because no one wants their battery drained or poor code running on their phone. So they're not going to do it. But you could start your own Discord server. You could invite people into there to use promo Facie, use the promo engine. You could have your customers coming in, jumping on your posts on X, getting people knowing about your restaurant. You could have people interacting with tasks within your Discord, and they could be earning points. Those points will become credits. Credits could be used for discounts off of meals. You could earn rolls that get you like a standard discount plus, extra discounts in the restaurant. And, these are all of the kind of potentials we'll look to explore in the future. Because for a restaurant, you might be giving something away, but if you go from having 60% capacity reliably to being able to get that to 80 or 90%, then what you're giving away, you more than make in additional revenue. And so we've got so much potential once we branch out from Cardano into the other chains and into real world businesses to get a lot of people using this. And once they're using it, they can all collaborate. And so, again, all routes lead back to Cardano. And we want to see people in Cardano collaborating, having fun, and the things that you're doing being made easy. So that's what we set out to achieve. And yeah, whenever you're ready, we'd love to start a demo of our product.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm just looking at our leaderboard, and Facie, who has I wouldn't say he broke promo Facie or crashed it, but he's so on it and so quick every time that we'll get a ticket, be like, hey, promo Facie ain't working, and we're like, well, what the hell did you do? But he just goes so quick. And I'm looking at the leaderboard. He's number one, obviously. 4,960 points. And we only give out 20 points total per tweet. I did the math. And so that's like 248 tweets.
Wow.
Facie is the man. He's on it. And shout out to Drizzle Do Erden. I love that name. R.A. Salvatore. I love the play on the name. Promo Facie rocks. Yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like interacting with posts is really easy with us. So, why wouldn't people? And on the problems with Fozzie's pointed out something to us recently. We've had to build like a queuing system because we didn't have this problem when we were in like 3 or 4 servers, but now we're in 20 and getting close to 25 with some onboarding now. You've got a lot of users that are going around all of the servers that use Promo Facie, and then they're triggering rate limits. And so that was what was going on with Fozzie. So Panos has just built a queuing system now. So everywhere where we would get rate limited, like if we're getting close to our rate limit, Panos the code backs it up now. And so you won't be getting those problems in future because it backs it up and then delays it and then sends it and then in tranches every 15 minutes after that to not trigger a rate limit. So that was what was going on there. And yeah, Panos has fixed that. We told him there was a problem and
I saw the announcement of the update and I was like, man, Facie is the one that figured that out. There might have been
I can always tell when Facie gets online because the notifications on my phone just start going boom, boom, boom. Facie has liked the tweet. Facie has reposted the tweet. Facie has quoted the tweet.
Yes.
And we got 2 accounts with you guys. So like the Crypto Nightly account and the JPEG Empire account, it's just notification.
It can't be understated though. Like with most other engagement systems, you maybe get a like out of people, or they have to go and then do something and then come and claim the points. Because with us, there's the 3 buttons there: the reply, the repost, the quote, the like. It's so easy just to do all of the interactions that you will get more interactions out of people. And if you're getting a repost, a reply, and a like, that translates to more impressions and you will be seen by more people. So, that was the reason we designed it that way. It's good to hear people making good use of it.
I think John's asked this because I asked when we first put it in our server, and I asked John if there was like an auto repost because we had GFi. That's a long story before, and people could sign up to like auto like and auto repost. And if I might be getting this wrong, he said something about that. You guys don't have plans to do that because it takes away from like the interactiveness or
Yeah. I mean, we call it the promo engine because when you think of a bot, like we're familiar with bots because we're in Discord. So when we say bot, we know it's an app. But if you talk to someone in outside of Discord world about a bot, they're thinking of something malevolent that's doing something that's undesirable. Like when you say like a lot of Russian bots have gone and manipulated something, you're not thinking of something positive or constructive. You're thinking of something negative. So we changed from calling it the promo bot to the promo engine so that it didn't have that negative connotation. And we could turn on auto post for everybody, but then everybody would automatically be liking, reposting, and what quality would those replies be? So right now, like Panos, and we're going to be testing it tonight, Panos is adding images. So there's going to be, you could have up to 20 images that you select for your project that in your current campaigns you want to see going to X. And then, your community will get able to pick from those and make the choice. How do we automate that? Because that's then not a real interaction. That is something a bit funny. And when you get automated interactions like that, Elon doesn't want lots of bots on X. He wants people having real interactions on X. So if things start getting automated, then you're going to start having a lot of traffic going to all of your accounts that looks funny. So they'll be running statistical models, and then your thing will become an anomaly, a bit of an outlier. And then you could find yourself throttled in the algorithm. It could be counterproductive. So it's much better for people to actually interact. And they're going to get credits for it. They're going to get tokens for it. They're going to get points for it. They're going to get roles for it.
Right.
I mean, it's really not too much to ask someone to press a button and support their project. That's our thoughts. Thanks, Simple.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Shout out to Simple. He's out there. We love him. We got to have him on soon. Keep saying, I don't know. We got to figure it out. We got to figure out a time. Simple's doing a bunch of crazy things, and he has some great ideas going on over there. But Gav and Sam, so StreamYard has some weird setups going on. What I'm thinking is that we're going to try to put it so your screen that is shared, I'm going to put it up here. Right now, I don't know if you can see it, but it's showing just us, our screen. And I'm going to leave you guys up, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to put me and Desert on. So, everybody, bear with us. It worked.
Or just hit the button.
I hit the button, and it worked. All right, so now there's your screen, Gavin.
Let's let him change it first.
Cool. So
before we put that up there.
Yeah. So we're all up here. Awesome. It only showed 2 people. I thought this wouldn't work. But shout out to Simple Minded and Smart. They're doing some awesome things over there for sure.
Awesome.
So when so when you share the screen, when you hit share screen, it's going to pop up. It's going to ask you if you want to share a tab, a window, or like the entire screen. If you're only showing a tab, when you go to a different tab and you're looking at a different tab, you have to click on the highlighted blue at the top where it says show this tab instead.
Okay, I should be sharing. Do you see
You
my
are, but
screen
you're
now?
sharing. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Awesome.
Whoops.
Well,
There we go. Boom.
yeah, so this is the Promo Facie dashboard. So if you're a project, this is the first thing you'll see when you log on to your dashboard to configure the promo engine for your project. So the first thing you do is you head to Twitter settings, you put your handle in there, and we have a tool that can generate your ID, and you put your ID in there. And then you're all set to go. Now, once you put this in, every time you post from your main account, we will automatically start a raid for you. So heading into Discord, we should have one that we started earlier. So we started a raid earlier. We said we're live, and here we are. This is your show live. So I can like that, and it tells me I've got 40 points for doing that. I can reply and say John and Desert are top blokes and submit that, and then that gets posted direct to X, and I get told now I've got 70 points because we in Promo Facie think that if you're replying it takes more than a like, so we do that. And just to complete the cycle, I'll put a repost on that as well, so that goes out of my personal account. And so if I now go to X and I go to my profile, you'll see that I've reposted, and that's been written to X straight away from Discord. So once you set up these raids, they're there for your community. The next thing after putting your handle in would be to go to the... Oh, I've got to authenticate again. I've timed out. This is where Discord decides to go on slow motion for me so that I can sit here thinking, I need filler, I need lots of words while Discord logs me in, which is really handy. Sometimes it's really
live
quick.
TV, everybody. Live TV.
I was gonna say
That's the one.
Discord is very secure in that way, right?
Yes, definitely. And so here you can see, like, these are the two projects in which I'm an admin that I've got the promo engine installed. So there's lots of other projects I'm an admin in, but they don't have the promo engine, so they're not in green. So I'm going to go back into Promo Facie. So back to where we were earlier, and we've got the raids. And so in the raid settings, you set how many points, like we saw earlier. When I liked, I got 40 points. When I reposted, I got 50 points. When I replied, I got 70 points. You can set a standard configuration message. And so for us, it's always we have a new raid, and then it has the role here. We have a raider role, so they get tagged as a raid. They can go and take part, and then there's the rest of the message. You set a period of time for your raids to last. P7D, that means 7 days. You can set it for hours, days, and you can also set restrictions. So if you saw a load of posts that have got LFG, WAGME, you would think that maybe this had been botted in the malevolent sense of what a bot would be. But we allow you to set minimum text lengths so that you can avoid that and force people to write a little bit more, which is generally good for your feed. And then you can pick a channel. So you can pick a Discord channel, and then once you've set that, every time you have a raid start, the raid will automatically be started in the channel you set. You set up a role distribution. So here you can see our current distribution. Here, this top role here, I've got the ID for it, but this is our legend role. And every week, the people in the top 15% will get a legend role, and they'll get 30 credits. The way this works, I've set the 85th percentile. So there's 15 percentiles above 85%. And so everybody who is above 85% is going to get that top role. Then with the second role, the percentile is 50. And since everyone who's in the top 15 has already got legend, you will now find that everyone between 50 and 85 is going to get the next role down. And then they get a lower amount of credits because they've got a lower role. So it really pays to be active and get that top roll. And once you've set this up, you choose whether you want a weekly or a monthly leaderboard. You choose the date that you want it to reset on and the time that you want it to reset on, and then it just runs. And you don't need to do another thing. Everything will just happen every week or every month, however you chose to do it. And it tells you down here that our next execution will be on Saturday, the 12th of April at 11:59. So that'll be tonight in European time. In our Discord, everyone will get their new roles and get awarded some credits. Everybody gets a slot, and with the slot, you've got 6 different icons, and within each icon, you've got a 1-win line, 2-win line, and 3-win line possibility. You choose the probability, you choose the token to be paid out, and then when people play your slot in your Discord, like I've set here 9 for the probability of 1 line of watermelons. This means roughly 9 spins out of 100, people are going to win 5 squeak because they're going to get 1 win line of melons. And then obviously for the higher prizes, I lower the probability because those should occur less often. And you get squeak for watermelons, you get snack for strawberries, you get Ada for rockets. For cherries, you're getting risk token. You get bank for bananas, and we've got it set on credits for cherries. So let me just show you that in Discord. So when I go to Discord, I go down to the slot game. I choose, as you can see, we've got a lot of people in here playing. So go to slot V2, type that in. I'm playing the slot now live, and it's not massively fast. We can probably work on speeding that up if that's what people want us to do. But what you'll see now is that I'm not going to win a thing. And so it says game over. I've got unlucky there, but I can hit the play again button and it will play for me. And I'm pretty sure this time we've got a 1 in 5 chance of losing, a 4 in 5 chance of winning. So the odds are really stacked in people's favour that they're going to win. So I would imagine here that I will get a winner. Oh, there you go, live TV. It's really not going to play ball with me, but you'll see
let me chime in real quick. Let me ask a question. So I noticed that it says remaining. You have 146 credits. So these are the credits. It takes 1 credit per spin, correct?
Yeah.
And then the credits are what you're accumulating by interacting with the promo engine, by the likes, the retweet. Okay. John,
and also
I don't think we have this set up.
No,
you can
we
also
don't.
give,
but we definitely need to get it set up.
Yes.
You can also give rewards for being active. So we give an activity reward every day. So everyone who was active in Discord gets points, which become credits. And so what that does is it gets everybody turning up in Discord every day and saying hi. And when everybody is turning up at regular times and saying hi, they keep bumping into the same people. They start having conversations, and then you get an actual community start to develop. And so this was, it's not just for X. You can give rewards for being active in Discord, which we'd encourage people to do. And you can see here, I had 1 win line of cherries, which got me 100 risk. And if I go to cherries, there I am. 1 win line of cherries, that gets me 100 risk, and you can see the promo engine has done exactly what I told it to do. We also have a store, which is another way of using your credits. So we allow people to do a direct conversion. So you can swap credits for Hosky, Bank, Risk, Sneck, or Squeak. You can also buy rolls. And we have a little test roll that's just a bit of fun for people to get the hang of it, that's 1 credit. And we have a poker game every Sunday. Now, all of our holders, we have a mint live now. If you believe in technology and you're not after a quick pump, come and buy one of our NFTs. There's lots of good reasons to hold one. But if you're an NFT holder, you can play in our poker. If you're not an NFT holder, you can get to 100 credits and then you can buy a poker roll, and that gets you eligibility for the weekend poker game. And so I'll do that now. If I come into Discord and I say store, I can bring up the Promo Facie store. I can say I'd like to exchange some credits for some bank, and ask me how many credits. I think I'll spend 5 credits on bank, and then it pays me out my bank. It gives me 5,000 bank, which I've exchanged my credits for. And if I wanted to play poker at the weekend, I can buy the poker roll. It'll check to see if I've got enough credits, and then it'll tell me, congratulations on your new roll poker. You're now eligible to play weekly poker. And if I go to our general chat and find myself here, I've got a lot of rolls, an awful lot of rolls. But you should see there the poker roll. So the roll that I put into the store, this poker roll, I've now bought it and it's automatically been applied. Now, I haven't had to do a thing to do that. It's all happened automatically. So if you want to run events, like, you want to have like a giveaway event that's going to be a lot of fun in your community, you can tell people they've got to go and earn credits and buy a roll to take part in it. And you won't have to have tickets. You won't have to give people the rolls physically. They will go and earn the credits. They will go and buy the roll. It'll all get taken care of by the code. And then when you run your live event, everyone who's meant to be there will be able to be there because they've earned the roll. So, that's another side of it that we think is really important, being able to roll gate events and get people going and earning credits to take part in that. We have an option here for holders where you can add rolls, and you can use this. Like if you play Rumbles or Farm Wars, you can set an amount to automatically pay out to people who have got specific roles. And we're going to start building a system whereby if you're a holder, you get more credits on the leaderboard. So once people come in and start earning credits and they're playing the slot and they're using the store and they want to get the roles to take part in your events, they'll be able to earn more credits and more points if they're holders. So this will encourage people to become holders in the projects that are using the promo engine. And then we get on to some of the more cool features. So here I've got something called paid raids. Now, you saw earlier when I raided, I was given points. Those points can become credits. I can use those credits to buy rolls, to buy tokens, to play a slot and randomly win an amount of tokens. But we could also give out tokens to an amount of winners for taking part in a raid. So do you guys have a poster tool that you would like a little bit more traction on?
Sure. Hold on.
Awesome.
Let's see here. Well, we can just we can do the stream.
Let's do that then. Let's do that. So
yeah, so you probably have access to that. Yeah, simple-minded, you're out of control, bro. But I agree. But I definitely agree with what you said.
He's out of control, but you agree. This guy. I mean, it is Friday, It is Friday. It's Friday. Shout out to Simple. Big love to the smart community. Hey, Jimmy Bones. LFG promo Facie. Love it.
And I want to take a second. I did not realize that the promo engine there was so much to it. I didn't realize that we had access to all this.
Yes.
A lot of people don't.
No. I knew this, but I wanted the whole.
I didn't say it was you. It could have been me for not looking into it, bro. I just said somebody. You feeling guilty?
Yes.
I could have looked into it. Okay.
Yeah, so we have several videos that we've produced to kind of walk new clients through the different features. But one of the comments that I saw earlier was related to sort of the idea of maybe best practices. So as we add more partners, they get creative, they do some cool stuff. Of course, we learn from them, and we want to share, cool ideas and stuff.
Yeah, this is a lot. I like all this. We are definitely not utilizing the bot to its full potential, the engine to its full potential.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't. So that's part of the reason we wanted to pop on with you guys. Like, we are going to be raiding this stream really heavily, because this is going to be like if you want to know how to use the promo engine, you need to go and watch this episode of Crypto Nightly. So hopefully we'll drive some good traffic your way. But what I've done here, I've taken the stream for us and I've posted the tweet URL in here. I've said I'm willing to give away 10 ADA, and I'm going to say 5 people are going to be able to win. So there's going to be 5 people that are going to be able to win a share of this 10 ADA. So it's 2 ADA each. And I'm going to set a time for it to run. So I'll say P6D, which means it's going to run for 6 days. I'm going to pick a channel for it to run in. And I should probably start typing it. So Twitter raids, which is where all of our raids go in. Now, with the paid raids, you get to expand conditions, right? So I can say, if you want to be eligible to win, you must give me a like, you must give me a repost, and you must give me a comment in order to be eligible. And so now the promo engine will check to see, have you liked, have you reposted, and have you commented? If you have, you've met the conditions, you're going into the pool. I can extend that. I can say that you use a certain hashtag, or that you put a certain URL in, or it's above a minimum length, or it has a link to something. I'm going to say it has to have a mention. So let me just make absolutely sure that I've got the right URL, the right handle for you guys. Where are we? Why am I being a bit of a dullard?
There we go.
Yeah, so here we go. So here I put in @CryptoNightly. So whoever wants to take part has to mention @CryptoNightly. And then when I start this raid, I head to Discord, slim that down. I go to our Twitter raids channel, and you can see it's just been posted in here. The reward is 10 ADA. The conditions that you must like, you must repost, you must comment, and you must mention @CryptoNightly. So everybody now knows the conditions, and everybody who meets those conditions will be in with a chance of winning that ADA. So they'll all get points and all of the usual rewards, but this way they're allowed to earn some extra bits. So this is a great tool. Like if you're partnering up, so like imagine you've got 2 projects and you've both got your own token, right? And you do a token swap and you both raid one of each other's posts. Now your community are going to want your token primarily, and you've just given your token to your partner project, and they start a paid raid. It doesn't have to be ADA. You can start with Hosky, with Bank, whatever. As long as the token's in the farm bots, you can use it. We've used all sorts of tokens, so it's not limited to ADA at all. But you give a partner project your token, your community now go to that Discord to take part in that paid raid to try and win some of the token. And conversely, that partner project, you're starting a raid with their token, so their community are coming over to try and win some of those tokens. So now we've got active people going between servers and then actively participating. And if we get everybody doing this and participating and working together, we can get so many impressions on Cardano projects. And when they see us doing fun things like this and playing with the slot and doing events that are role gated and everybody's got to get involved, the idea is that people will see fun and not toxicity. And then there's a really good chance that people will want to come in and be a part of our ecosystem and what we're building. And for us, this is just the start. We've got so many more plans. The next thing I want to do a treasure hunt. And so I'm going to come back to you guys now. With a treasure hunt, you can pick words to be put into the treasure hunt, and then people have to go and find them. So you know how when you put an announcement out and you get loads of emotes on it and you think that's brilliant, everybody's read the announcement, that's amazing, there's so much engagement here. And then you get asked the same question over and over and over and over again, which you covered in the announcement. So they didn't read the announcement, they emoted the announcement. So it's a false impression. And you may have just said some really important stuff that people need to know about. You might be thinking, why hasn't this announcement translated to more people going to JPEG store and buying what I'm offering? Well, they didn't read it. They just emoted to it. Why would they? There's no incentive for them to read it. You have to go and bludgeon the information into people. Don't expect them to come and do the job for you. So we get around this with a treasure hunt. I can pick any words, any numbers, whatever, and put it in a treasure hunt. I could then say, so for example, we had an OG mint going where if you minted 3, you got 1 premium mint. I could say, how many NFTs do you have to mint in one transaction to get a premium, guaranteed premium mint? Now they've got to go and read my information and find out if it's 3. If I've got the number in the announcement as the number 3, then I'll make the answer THREE, so that they can't just scan it and find it. They've actually got to read it. And so once you do this, now your announcement is not just something to emote, it's something to interact with, because they could win ADA, they could win Hosky, they could win whatever token we give as a reward for the treasure hunt. So they're now reading through the announcement to try and find this information. They then have to find the information, and as I'll show in a minute, they have to input it. Now, if someone's looked for your information, found it, and then typed it, you can be absolutely certain that is now very firmly embedded in a way that you couldn't do with any other tooling. And you can really get your core messaging across this way. Now, if you're doing a deal with someone to advertise in your Discord, and you say, I'll do a treasure hunt for you, you can guarantee that your community and the people that are with you will really interact with that company's core messaging, because they need it to complete the treasure hunt. And so now you've just made that attention that you're offering to them uniquely marketable. You can use these treasure hunts to collaborate. So we've done like cross-project treasure hunts where we partner with someone, they do a treasure hunt, we do a treasure hunt. We ask a couple of questions on them and questions on us. They ask a couple of questions on us and on them. And now the people have tuned in. You've tuned into a space. You've got 2 chances to win. You can go to that Discord. You can come to our Discord. So why take 1 chance to win when you can take 2 chances to win? And then we're back like with the paid raid scenario where you've got people hopping between Discords. And these are active users. These are really high value users. And if you reward them and give them reasons to participate in your project, there's a good chance they'll stay and interact with you. You've got a community building now. There's no free, easy money. You've got to really work at this thing. And so it's great. And the other use case is what we've got now. So we're live and we want people to come and watch this stream. So maybe you guys could pick some words and we'll say them live on air. I'll input them live on air. And if people want to win on the treasure hunt that we're going to advertise, they're going to have to come and watch this stream back, which will obviously boost the numbers on X, which will boost it in the algorithm, which will make sure more people see what you're doing. So, have you guys got any ideas on words I could put in for the treasure hunt?
I think we should pick 2 words. Desert, you pick 1, I'll pick 1.
Mint.
Good.
Oh, well, now I have to go that way.
You have to go that way.
JPEG boss. JPG boss.
Awesome. Have you got any thoughts, Craig? Is there anything you want to chuck in there, mate?
Well, maybe Desert. In your crypto comments, is there anything that stood out from the market that you want to just mention? Any particular coin or increase or decrease?
See, I was going to say
Cosmos dropped 2.9% or something, but
the VIX.
All right, yeah.
So then they'd really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
So the VIX dropped 3.16 or 7.76%.
Yeah, so
or the VIX. Just say the VIX.
As tough as you want, or as easy as you want.
Right. Yeah, then they'll definitely have had to have watched it.
Are you comfortable, Desert, with VIX dropped 7.6%? Is that near enough? Is that acceptable?
VIX dropped 7.76%.
7.76. Right. Yeah, well, let's demonstrate this then. Let's go and start a treasure hunt then. So I'll go back to my dashboard. Are you guys able to see this screen?
Yes.
Yep, there we go.
I feel like you
Right.
should do just the 7.76%, and then the question will be, how much did the VIX drop when we talked about it on stream?
But we're not doing questions because we're not going to give them a chance to. They're going to have to come and watch this if they're going to want to, win some ADA. We're willing to give away 50 ADA, so I mean, people need to watch, and they can see it live on screen. So all they've got to do is copy it down. So if we say mint, and now whenever I put a comma, that means it's a separate element. It's something separate you've got to enter. So mint, comma, and I'll say JPG space boss, comma. So I've got two elements right now, mint, JPEG boss, and I've got VIX dropped 7.76%.
Oh, it's massive.
And I'm going to say there's 5 winners, and the duration is going to be P4D. So you've got 4 days to take part in this with us. The reward is going to be 50 ADA. And the output channel is going to be our treasure hunt channel. So that's where the payouts will take place. And then I can start this. And so that's successful. And so now I go to Discord and I go to the treasure hunt. And now I can use hunt find. And the first word was mint. So I type that in. And it tells me that I found 1 out of 3 words. So I'll do hunt find again. And I'll do JPG space boss. And it tells me that I found item number 2 out of 3. And if I'm not sure which one I found, I can do /hunt progress. And it will tell me the elements that I've got so far. So I've got mint, I've got JPEG boss. So I just need to say now that the VIX dropped 7.76%. So I'll do hunt find VIX dropped 7.76%. Put that one in. And it tells me I found 3 out of 3. I'm now eligible. And so in 4 days' time, all of the people that have taken part in this and entered this, if they get all 3, which should be pretty easy now because they've seen me type it out a few times, they've seen us say it, 5 winners will get picked and they'll all win 10 ADA. And that will just get paid out in Discord and I won't have to do a thing with it.
Okay, so that was going to be my question right there. So this is all automated.
Automated,
As soon as it goes, why is it showing that? There we go. So as soon as it ends, boom, it automatically does a randomized picker of the winners, and then boom, FarmBot automatically pays it out to the winners.
100%. Wow. Yeah, look, I can show you. Here's one we did earlier. So I'm in the treasure hunt channel, and
hold on, I'll put it
where
back.
are we? We had one payout earlier. It's up here somewhere. Oh wow, people love posting in here. And so you see here, promo bot community tipped, GJ George, Rosie, Mika's dad, Artematum, and Chris 08, 10 ADA each. So this was a treasure hunt. And it gave a message, treasure hunt completed, C tip, and this was automatically generated with the winners populated after. And now it's this one was a test one, but this one completed, and these people all got 10 ADA.
Okay. G Blades, I hope you're paying attention. You better be watching the stream.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's amazing. That's phenomenal. We love it. I mean, I really wanted them to be able to show the full capabilities because, I mean, they keep adding things. I remember hearing about the treasure hunt feature a while ago, but then once it was implemented, right, it was kind of like, well, we got to figure out how we're going to use that because there's so much opportunity there.
I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
want
fun
to
you
be-
can have. Sorry.
No, we want it to be creative. So this is kind of like a template, and you can use it to adapt your project. You know, even things like the slot payouts. Let's say that there's something that you wanted to give that was not a Cardano native asset. You know, something that's on FarmBots. So you can give a role for that prize, and now you're going to have to manually send it. It's not going to be through the FarmBot. But if
Right.
that's something that your project is in the habit of doing, then you can adapt that way.
Okay. Here's a question. So as far as the interface to set, is there multiple? Can we have like multiple admins on that? Like, so John can go in there do some stuff.
Yeah.
I can go in there do some stuff, and then like our community mods can go in there and do some stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to speak to Panos. He's working on a role for community mods. I think he's done that. I think there's an admin role, like not actual admin, but an admin role that you can give that the dashboard will recognize and grant them permissions.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely speak to Panos. If he hasn't done that yet, he could manually add that on the back end for now, pending the role that we're creating. But yeah, everyone, like I can go into the dashboard, Craig can go into the dashboard, Panos can go into our dashboard, and we've all got access. And yeah, if it isn't possible to do it by just giving out a role yet, then that's coming because there's a whole load of updates that are coming, and hopefully we'll get them wrapped up within a couple of weeks. And yeah, I've got one little bit of alpha if you're interested.
Always.
This is something we did earlier. Panos is testing here the curated images. So I'll type in, let's go and click submit. Okay. And here it's brought up. Would you like to add a predefined media? Select an option below. So I could post without media, or I could choose with custom media. So here I've got 5 options that have been put in, and you can see they're out of order here. So it goes 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. What we've done is we've randomized it every time. So every time a user clicks on, it will be randomized. Otherwise, if you had 20 images, the first one that's there, everyone will just click on the first one every time. So we randomize it so that you get a decent distribution, assuming people are just going to click the first one every time. So I'm going to do just that because that's what we expect. And I click promo 2, and it shows me that I've got this image here. And if I want to, I can submit that, and that will get posted with my let's go. So, okay, let's do that. So I post that. The promo engine is thinking. Okay, and that's a shame. It tells me the comment point limit for this has been reached because I tested it earlier. There's a downer. Let's see if I can do that on this one. No.
So it also would have allowed you to add multiple images, right? Because I seen there was another drop down if you scroll down a little bit. So it says select another media. Does that mean select a different option or add another?
Yeah, that means add another one. So you'll be able to add multiple images.
Okay.
I mean, I already did this post earlier with one of the promo images. So if you go to,
Oh, there we go.
so actually it did go through. Sorry, it just told me the point limit had been reached. But yeah, so there's one I did earlier. So we've got that coming as well. So that's a feature that's coming for everybody. So you'll be able to, pick 20 images that are in your current campaign and add them via the dashboard. The way to do that on the dashboard, we've got media here, and you just add the media items here, and then give them a name so that people can recognize them.
okay.
So upload media files, and then it's just you grab the files from wherever they're stored on your computer, and then they get uploaded to the dashboard, and then your community can use them. And so we think that'll be.
Well, that's freaking awesome. I know I got a lot going on this weekend. I know John's got stuff going on this weekend, but we are going to have to sit down and definitely go through all that stuff and get this implemented. There's a lot of options on there that I like for Shelly too. That because she's always giving out extra Discord tokens and stuff for people doing raids and stuff like that. But if it's something that she has access, it's our community manager. If she has access to the actual engine, then she could set up stuff herself.
It'll save her a lot of time because it'll just.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially because FarmBot, we use that a lot. So this is awesome.
If you imagine in a bull run, and we're going to go back to a bull run, it is going to come. And you remember in the bull run last time, if I've said this before, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but if I'd taken a picture of my dead cat in the last bull run and launched it as an NFT project, I would have had thousands of degens coming in, throwing ADA at it just to see if the thing bounced. I mean, and we are going to get back to that. And so when you get back to that and you want to run promotions and you want to harness all the energy that's going on, do you want to be individually tipping people out individually? That's going to become really onerous. That's going to become a real problem. So you want to set up nice, smooth campaigns, do things quickly, grab people's attention, and then just let the code run. You don't want to have to be doing with all the tickets. Like you can see, like when I went to the slot, how many people have been playing today. Like people are just coming in, earning their credits, playing away, going to the store, buying the stuff that they need. And we don't have to see any of it. We don't have to have any visibility of it. It just takes care of itself.
And I like that because you earn the credits for interacting with the engine, for the retweet, post, everything like that. But then you burn the credits by interacting with the slot machine.
Yeah.
So the credits go away, or you recycle them to buy like some tokens, and it's right in FarmBot. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I like that.
There's loads you can do with it. Like,
no, I think it's amazing. I'm really excited about all of the new capabilities. And let's see. Yeah. Jimmy Bones is saying it the best right here. The promo Facie engine is insanely easy to use and makes the dev's life and the community's life so much easier and user friendly. I'm just a community member, but I would recommend this to every Discord community. The engagement uptick on X is worth it alone, and I agree. We've
100.
got a nice amount of people here sharing this information and seeing this information and interacting with it. And the market's down, right? So our viewership typically responds to or reflects the market sentiment. But even with a down market, we've got 143 people in here right now learning about this. And that's just while we're live. Generally, we get considerably more views after the live, right? People have complicated schedules and they watch it later. So this is exciting. We're really glad that we had you on, Gav, and thank you. Promo Facie is an amazing. Go ahead.
Do you mind if I have a few more words quickly? Is that all right?
Oh, absolutely.
No, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're probably going to get more people coming in because we're going to be tweeting that there's 50 ADA up for grabs. So I'm sure you're going to have lots of people coming back and watching this back. So you should get a really noticeable bump afterwards. And so like when you're looking at that, like you guys with your product, the more views you get, the more sponsorship you get. The more sponsorship you get, the more rewards you could give away. And you give away more rewards, you're going to get more eyes coming for the treasure hunts and the things that they can get for doing that. And so it just keeps growing in a really nice, positive way. And, we're charging $10 a month. And the reason we're doing that, and we're talking primarily to Cardano people now, is you want the Cardano people to take that $10 a month deal. Like, what could you possibly get for $10 a month as an
that's
engagement engine.
insanely cheap. That's
Yeah.
insanely cheap.
And that's because we actually, we want to make money, like no doubts about it. We want to make money. We want to do well. We want to be a big project, right? But we actually love Cardano. We're all, big Cardano believers, and we want to see Cardano do well. And so there is an element of love to it. The price will go up, but hopefully not for all our Cardano people. And we're putting these tools out there now, and we want Cardano to have fun. We want everyone on Cardano to have it first, so that when we go and talk to other chains, they're seeing what we're doing with engagement, what we've got going on. They're learning about the farm bots. They're learning about all the projects that are over here doing things. And like we just done with the treasure hunt, when the bull run is in full motion and we've got like friends on Solana and friends on Polygon and friends on VeChain, we're building a network. All of the projects that are talking to us, we can say, hey, why don't you go and talk to so-and-so? They've got this going on. And, you've got our tools. They've got our tools. You could do a nice collaboration. You could do a paid raid for each other's tokens. You could do a nice little treasure hunt, get loads of attention in, get talking. Once we go to the other chains and we start bringing those in as well, in the bull run, you're going to have ADA's insanely hot. And then you're going to have Solana's insanely hot. And then Polygon's insanely hot. If we've got friends, if our network has us friends on every single network, then when ADA's hot, we can welcome in our friends from other chains and say, hey, come and do a space with us. Talk about what you're doing. We could take some of your Solana tokens because they can go in the slot. They can go in everything just like, our tokens are. It doesn't matter. It's going in the farm bot. So everyone can get them. So you can get some of your tokens distributed here on Cardano, and then we'll come over when Solana's red hot. We'll come over to there, return the favor. And so that way, instead of having that period, it's like Cardano's hot, we're all winning and we're all rooting for it. And now, how many times have we reset Solana? And then they're hot and we're all just sitting there like waiting again. We need to go and build friends, connect, network. The good projects that are doing things, we need to be networking and connecting and getting commercially savvy and looking at how we can monetize these eyes using the tools. Like when we've got the ad panels, I mean, you think about it as a product. You're going to an advertiser and saying, I'm going to get this many views on my live stream. I'm going to do a treasure hunt. I'm going to ask questions about your product. I'm going to really, really get your messaging across. You see how this works? See how these people are going to have to type this, get this? See how many views we're getting on this? You're going to have your advert in our Discord for a week. Every time they pull up the slot, they're going to see your advert. That, in a bull run with lots of people coming in, you are going to have people coming at you desperate to get their product in front of those eyes. And this is a revenue stream. We missed it. All of us missed it last time because we're too busy fighting to keep a group of people with us and disparage the other projects so they didn't spend their ADA with them. We just had it all wrong. We should have been making it fun, bringing people in, bringing in the energy wherever there was the energy, sharing it around, working with people, and then advertising. That's how you can bring that extra money in. And if they know that, if an advertiser knows that, they can use our ad panels and get all of these features, with you guys, then they'll also know that there's other communities as well where they could go and do the same deal. And when it becomes really easy to do the deal because you know what the product is, like, if I come along with a new search engine and I said, come and buy some Gav search credits, like, no one's going to want to do that. They want Google searches. People know about how Google advertising works, so they want to deal with that. And so you've got to have a standard that works easily for everybody. And, your community, when they raid those tweets, they don't leave. When they're coming in and they're doing their treasure hunts, they're with you. So you could go and join any other service where you get people doing tasks where they're directed away from you. That's not what we want. And so, come and join us, get on board with us. Let's build this massive network. And then this network, it's money for us, but it's also a network we can put to your service. And if you're not growing and you're not doing well and you're not getting a bump in your income, you're not going to be happy with our product. So then you're not going to pay us. And so we're going to have a problem. There are other engines out there. There are other engagement systems out there. There's some that will actually sell premium packages to your own community. They won't charge you, but they'll try and monetize your community.
Right.
Their interest is your community. You're not their priority. Their priority is getting your community to pay them more money. So don't expect them to care whether you go up or down or to the side, because their interest is not you. You are not the priority. With us, you're the priority, and we're the kind of friendly people that will pop on, big you up, and help you grow your audience, because we all win together.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you joining us, Gab. This has been an amazing Friday and chill. I was glad that we had Promo Facie on this time. We're gonna have to definitely have you back. We talk about you guys all of the time, but when you all have some new updates, some new features, we'd love to hear them here and share them with everybody. And I mean, that's all we got. It's Friday. Everybody, you gotta go touch some grass and spend time with your family this weekend. So the market has been pretty brutal, but it's up. We're closer to the 3 trillion mark, maybe. So, maybe we'll go back up.
We're closer to 100,000 than we are zero. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you can always look at it that way.
true. It's true. But thank you guys. We are. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, before we go, Gav, you want to go ahead and shout out your socials and the website and everything like that, and we'll get it put in the description and all that. But go ahead and shout out where they can find you, where they can find Promo Facie, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you can find us at Promo Facie. If you go to at Promo Facie, you can find our Discord link there. Discord GG promo Facie. Come see us in Discord. We'll get you set up if you're interested in taking the engine. If you like what you've seen and you think that we've got a future, feel free to come in and mint one of our token passes. The only way to get access to our token when it launches will be via the token passes. The engine's one thing we're building. There's lots more that we're building, and we plan to be a big force. So if you're excited about this, imagine what it's going to be like when you've got the Crypto Nightly community fighting the Promo Facie community, and we're all shooting and killing each other and having a load of fun, clipping that content, putting it on social media, and you've got all the branded wearables. Like, this is what we want to do. It's all about having a lot of fun. So hopefully you've seen enough to come and join us, and obviously mint a JPEG boss. And don't forget that either. You need that for the treasure hunt. That's vitally important.
That's right. And challenge accepted on the shooter game.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. This is we were thinking about gaming from the start, and when you look at crypto, I don't want to say too much and start too much new stuff, but when you look at crypto gaming, if you compete on having the best game, the gamers are going to come and say, but you've got crypto in there, and crypto's a scam and we don't like you, so we'll turn you off. So you've got to have another angle to attack. And so we're building this network. We've got a promotion tool that is so insanely cheap. And even when it goes up to $15, that's still going to be cheap. And at $20, it will still be incredibly cheap. And in a bull run, when people want to be, there'll be a network. The more we grow, the network in itself will be something that can be monetized. So the people that get in early are always going to have the best rate, because the extra we need to charge, we'll charge to the people that are coming later. And so this network, when we can have the games and everyone can compete, we don't need the best AAA game. We don't need the most amazing experience. We need something that's fun to play, where community can play against community, where credits can be spent on wearables and custom tournaments. And then you can win tokens and boosts and things like that for taking part in these things. And that's how we're going to get people into play. And if you've got games and people are playing them, like the crypto projects are playing them, we're in tournaments, we're in leaderboards, we've got a league table going on, and this, this is for the community's honor, then gamers are going to see these games going on and they're going to come in and play. Well, we're not going to have a requirement that you must have crypto. You can pay with fiat. You can buy a gun with some fiat. You can buy a wearable with some fiat, and then you can come in and start playing. But you will see that there's these custom tournaments going on where you can win stuff, where you can win extra boosts, you can win extra custom weapons. You say, well, how do I get those? Well, no, you need a crypto token for those. You need some credits for those. And then we can pull the gamers in that are nothing to do with crypto. They come in for the game. They realize there's extras. They go out to the Discords to earn the credits, to buy the tokens, to come back in to spend those. And then those crypto tokens start becoming like FIFA coins or, V-Bucks. and they're treating them that way. They're utilitarian holders. And so then your price people are going to be happy because there's people buying for the utility, and the utility people are going to be happy because they're playing games. And the average project isn't going to be able to build their own games, but you don't need to when you can just use ours. And with any luck, the size of our network and the traffic coming your way, the advertising potential we make available to you will allow you to generate far more money than you're actually spending on the engine and running custom tournaments. And it just grows from there. And that's the plan.
All
Excellent.
right.
Excellent. So, Desert, wrap us out. Give us the final reset, and we'll give Sam a moment. I know that, there were some solar flares going on, but we're back and everything is good. We had a really good explanation from Gavin, the direction of where we're going. But any final thoughts, anything that you want to say? And then right after that, we will wrap up.
Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, well, just to follow up with what Gavin was saying is that, our first love is Cardano. We want to build this space. We want to do what we can to promote, this network that we're in right now. And we want to communicate Cardano, to the rest of the crypto space. And this is an awesome way to do that, to go about doing that. And we want all of the projects to be successful. And so this kind of building up of a network within crypto, first of all, and then onboarding real world clients. And, a lot of people know that many real world brands are using avatars, in their websites, on their advertising. And so it's just a natural fit to eventually be curious, about the crypto world, but we want to bring them in a gradual way, in a natural way, in a sustainable way. And we think this is a good fit for that.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. Shout out to Gav. Shout out to Craig. Everybody, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share this with a friend. Get this out there. You guys need to know about Promo Facie. And if you don't want to end up spending $100 a month, you need to get in now. Get in on the ground floor, because the more it comes around, the more it's going to go up. That's just supply and demand, people. So y'all have a great night. It's Friday night. Go touch some grass. Go drink a beer. And we'll see you Monday. Introducing the relaunch of JPEG Boss Mint, a game changer in the NFT world. This isn't just another mint. It's a community-governed project where you hold the power. Here's the deal. 50% of all mint funds fuel a community investment wallet controlled by boss holders like you, driving collective growth. The proceeds, 60%, go straight back to active participants, rewarding your engagement. 20% powers overhead and expansion. And the final 20% flows to JPEG Empire until the seed funding's repaid. Join the revolution, mint with purpose, govern the future, and reap the rewards.